Hello, this is 𝐬𝐻𝐾, author to the books Juggling the Issues and Unstoppable, and in this video I just want to give a massive thank you to the overwhelming support that I recently received over something that happened right here, in fact 2 days ago on March 1st, 2024. And so I really want this video to be a big thank you to all the people, but I just want to explain briefly what happened. I was walking down this exact spot, and up ahead of me I saw a group of guys. I'd estimate like half dozen at least, and they started to look in my direction and started to stare at me, smirk at me. I'm not sure what it is. I mean, should I know them? Like, do they recognize me? Do I recognize them? I don't want to just like walk away and them thinking, why didn't you say hi to me? But I just couldn't recognize them for sure, and I usually walk off the sidewalk and then let them pass by and then go back on the sidewalk, and that's just because I want to show that courtesy to other fellow pedestrians. And so I came back up right as we were passing each other, and one of them literally meowed at me like a cat. I'm like 99% sure. And I'm like, what was that about? And so I say, have a good day, have a good evening, or something like that, just to show kindness. And so I looked back at them, and one of them was looking back at me with a face whose countenance told me, who is this lost cause? And so I continued to walk, and I'm hearing laughter and giggles in the background, and at that point I literally felt hammered. And what was going on around that time is I felt like this dark cloud, like this phantom trying to come upon me, and I just felt like this discrimination again. And it was already present earlier that day, and earlier that day I was at Juice It Up getting one of my favorite drinks, and I usually leave a couple of cards. Like I have a card for to offer my volunteer assemblies in every school in OC, and also the card to my new book Unstoppable, and I usually leave them around wherever I go. And before I left, I looked down in the trash and I saw both of those cards bent and literally thrown in there, and I'm like, whoever done that therefore really dislikes, you know, autism and any disability, I imagine. And I just couldn't understand it. I tried not to let it bother me, and then I took a hike that evening. And so for the rest of the hike, and after I got home like an hour later, I was just, you know, thinking about, like, we're in the 21st century, and why isn't bullying and discrimination eradicated by now, especially when I'm trying my best to get out there in the news media and on social media to just like help a lot of people understand, not to mention trying to go to all the schools and the churches and libraries and other venues so that I could be an encouragement and express, this is autism, this is what it's like having a disability, and if you have a disability, don't let that stop you. And if you don't have a disability, stop treating us horribly, stop treating us like we're aliens from outer space, because I tell you the truth that I am very strong. I'm not saying that gloatingly, but I'm strong in the fact that I continue to not give up on my life like some people have, if you know what I mean. Yet my mind was giving me all of these thoughts, and it was evoking all the times in the past when I have been discriminated. Like in the past, like 10 years alone, I've been laughed at, yelled at, cussed at, like yelled at by people in their cars who never even met me, ran away from. Parents have told their children, like, yes, I'm a weirdo, don't have anything to do with me, don't talk with me. I mean, I've heard that from many parents just for walking down like a Target or a public park. I was almost beaten with a skateboard. I had to run for my life. I was followed by a vehicle. I was begged to commit suicide. People told me not to have children a few times, and I'm like, what's the problem living with autism, or any disability for that matter? But you know what? All of these things have just pushed me and propelled me further to like promote autism awareness, disability awareness, acceptance, and appreciation. I mean, you could be aware of something but may not accept it. I'm trying to help people achieve acceptance as well, and so that other people, especially people with disabilities, could feel included in life. And that's why I'm an author to 2 books. This is one of them, and I got the PR. I'm trying my best to go further on news, radio, and podcast, and I have been in hundreds of articles online. I've been on radio, television, and magazines all around the world, from the United States, Canada, Caribbean, Northern Ireland, United Kingdom, Spain, and all around the world. And I'm going to continue to do that and never give up until I reach through to everybody, as far as the East is from the West, from the North Pole to the South Pole. and as God is my witness, I'm never going to give up on that, as well as my dream career to become a teacher as well. But my mind is a different story. My autistic brain is like, it's not going to let me hear the end of it until I release it. And what I've told thousands of students in my volunteer assemblies is, don't bottle things up inside. If something's inside you, release it, don't hold it in. And so that's what I did. I took to social media and I just explained what happened. I'm about to read it to you, and then I'm going to just pour out all the compliments that I literally wasn't expecting. But you know, I just want to say a huge, massive thank you, because this has probably been the hugest amount of support that I received after such discrimination have occurred to me, and as well as just autism in general. So here it is. And so here's what I wrote, which I posted on Instagram, X, LinkedIn, YouTube, and such. I said, "Sorry for the story, but I must talk it out and not bottle it up inside. It would make me more distracted if I don't. I don't know what is happening, but I'm starting to face greater discrimination again for my autism lately. And just to say, again, it wasn't just that night, and it wasn't just earlier that day I juiced up. I mean, little things have been adding on for days and weeks up until this point, but you know, this was just the culmination. Anyway, I was walking past in HHS, Newport Harbor High School, and a group of guys just started whispering, staring, and laughing at me, one of them meowing like a cat, giving me a smirk. What is it? We're in the 21st century. I'm fighting with 2 books, PR, and social media, including Instagram having over 1 million followers and verified. Let me just say real quick, I'm not saying that gloatingly. Okay, I'm not saying that gloatingly, I'm just stating that as a fact, and I'm definitely not the most followed person who has autism, just to say, and still can't get people to accept the disabled. Furthermore, I was at a shop today and I literally found 2 of my autism cards spent and thrown in the trash. Anyway, this is never stopping me, and I'm just going to fight harder, but it's one thing after the other, and it's becoming more prevalent. It takes getting in all the schools so future adults won't behave like children. All the people hating me lately on first sight because I look different will never make me give up on them. And with that, I hereby show you a litany of support that I've received, direct messages, public comments, and again, thank you very, very much. They do not go unnoticed. I can't include like every single one of them, and of course I took out all the names just in case, but I just want to say a big thank you.